It's homecoming in Grambling as our 7-1 Tigers welcome the Bobcats of Texas State to the Hole. GSU has several special recruits on campus this week, including tight end Rob Bradford, corner Marcus Atkins, and DN Marvin Goff. First quarter action, Austin drops back, throws it to Jones on the drag. He drops it, and Griffin picks it off, and he's off to the races. The linebacker takes it 40 yards to the house, 7-0 Bobcats. Tigers look to answer back. Charlie Brooks takes the handoff, cuts it outside, and picks up the first down and more. A few plays later, Brooks gets it again, takes it left, bowls over the safety, and gains 10. Later, Alston drops back, gets it off to Jones on the outside. The big tight end gets upfield and picks up another 10 yards. A few plays later, Alston goes back to the air and hits Keigler across the middle for another 10-yard gain. First down, Tigers. Later in the drive, Will Higgins goes up the gut to tie things up at 7 apiece. Texas State takes over. Jones drops back. Doesn't like what he sees, so he takes off, but he gets sacked by Josh Carey. Later drive, Jones looks to go to the air. He hits Hayes on the slant, and Mason fights his way to a 13-yard gain. Then Jones shows off his touch, hitting Hayes with a gorgeous pass over the secondary. Hayes would shed a tackle and pick up 28. Few plays later, Jones fakes the option, keeps it right, uses his speed, and picks up 16 yards. This was a concern coming into the game. 3rd and goal, Bobcats. Jones drops back, tucks it, tries to bounce it outside, but Anthony Mullins is there for the sack. Bobcats set up for the field goal, but the kicker pushes it left, and it's no good. Big break for the Tigers. GSU takes over. Austin drops back and throws a dart to Jordan Jones on the outside, and the big tight end picks up 17. Next play, Austin goes back to the air, hitting Clark on the outside. He turns upfield, sheds a tackle, and picks up 25. Later in the drive, Austin drops back and throws a gorgeous back shoulder to Jones, who gets it down to the 1. Then the big fella, Charlie Brooks, powers his way into the end zone. Tigers take the 14-7 lead. Bobcats come out driving. Willie Jones keeps the option left, has a lot of space in front of him, and he picks up a huge gain. Then Jones goes back to the air, stands in the pocket, then takes off. The speedy QB sprints his way to 13 yards. It would lead to a Bobcats field goal. Tigers take over. Austin goes back to the air, hitting Jordan Jones for a gain of 12 yards. Then Austin shows off he can run too, keeping the option right, makes 2 juke moves, and picks up 10 in the first. Later, Austin drops back and hits Clark on the slant, and the big wideout powers his way to 10 yards. A few plays later, Higgins takes the counter right, and he's by himself. Number 4 turns on the Jets, but gets tripped up after gaining 20. Next play, Austin drops back. He scrambles right, turns it upfield. He's going for the end zone, but he gets sandwiched, and it's a fumble. Bobcats jump on it. Turnover number 2 for the Tigers. And Texas State looks to capitalize. Jones keeps the option right, stiff arms the soul out of Carey, and picks up 12. But Carey would make up for it. Jones tries to keep the option right again, but the freshman linebacker lays the hat for the 2-yard loss. Then Jones will look to go back to the air. He scrambles right, but Mullins is there again for his 2nd sack on the day. After the Bobcats go 3 and out, here comes Grambling. Austin drops back and connects with Jones again over the middle. The big fella turns it upfield and picks up 22. Then Austin shows off his wheels again, scrambling right, outrunning the D lineman and picking up the first down. Next play, Austin with the deep drop. He turns left out of the pocket and has tons of green in front of him. Phil is finally pushed out after picking up 15. Then with 30 seconds left on the clock, Austin drops back, and check out the throw to Salmon in the end zone. Great pitch and catch. GSU up 21-10. A late field goal makes it 21-13. Grambling State at the half. Seldom used tight end Jordan Jones is having a huge day, but the defense has to slow down Willie Jones. Start of the 3rd, Austin keeps the option right, drops his shoulder, and picks up 10 yards. Next play, Charlie Brooks continues to run hard. The big back picks up 12 and another first. Later in the drive, Austin goes back to the air, hitting Jones on the seam route. 1st and goal, Tigers. Then CV2-3 will get into the end zone again, extending the Grambling lead. Bobcats look to answer back. Jones hits Johnson on the screen. The big wideout follows his blocks and is finally pushed out of bounds after picking up 28. Later in the drive, Jones stands tall in the pocket, and check out the catch by Hutch White for a gain of 12. It would lead to another Texas State field goal. But here comes GSU. Austin keeps the option right, follows his blockers, and almost breaks it. He gains 22 yards. A few plays later, Brooks goes up the middle and uses his strength to pick up 10. Next play, Higgins takes the counter right, uses his speed to get to the outside, turns it upfield, and picks up the first down. Then Charlie Brooks takes the handoff, tries to bounce outside, and picks up 12 yards. Next play, Austin looks to go to the air. He tries to force a pass into Jones, but is picked off by Anike. Texas State looks to take advantage. Jones drops back and hits Hayes on the end route. He breaks one tackle on his way to a 25-yard gain. Then Jones sets up the option left, gets the corner, and turns on the speed. The speedy QB gets pushed out after picking up 26. Next play, Brown takes the counter left, sheds the Freeman tackle, and is finally pushed out after picking up 16 yards. A few plays later, Jones keeps the option left. Look at the move he put on carry, turns it upfield, and fights to get into the end zone, cutting the GSU lead down to 5. After the Tigers go 3 and out, Brown takes the sweep left, finds a crease, and picks up 8. Next play, Jones keeps the option right, bounces off of carry, makes a cut, and picks up 15. Then Jones keeps the option right again, cuts it upfield, bounces it back outside, and gets tripped up after picking up 16 yards. Later in the drive, Jones sets up the option right, pitches it to Brown, and he gains 6 yards. Next play, Bobcats try to triple option. Jones keeps it, and instead of going into the end zone, he pitches it, and it's a fumble. Tigers recover. What did we just see? Next Tigers possession, here comes Higgins. He bounces it to the outside, hits the spin move, and picks up 9. Next play, Austin drops back and hits Clark on the curl for 12. Later in the drive, Austin keeps the option right, drops his shoulders, and picks up the first down. Next play, Austin goes back to the air, hitting Jackson across the middle, and he picks up another Tigers first down. Then Jordan Jones' big day continues. Austin hits him across the middle for 19. Next play, Charlie Brooks goes up the middle, bowls over the safety to get his 3rd touchdown on the day, 35-23 Grambling State. But the Bobcats are still fighting. Jones drops back and hits Hayes on the slant for the first down. Then Jones with the deep drop, doesn't like what he sees and takes off, makes a move on carry and slides for another Bobcats first down. Later in the drive, Jones keeps the option up the middle and gets into the end zone, 36-30 Grambling. Bobcats set up for the onside kick, and Clark is there to recover. Grambling State gets the ball. Tigers look to close the game. Austin drops back to pass and hits Jordan Jones across the middle for 22. Then Austin to the air one more time, hitting Jones in the end zone, putting the nail in the coffin. 43-30 is your final. Phil Austin finished 19 of 30 for 264, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and tack on another 100 yards on the ground. Charlie Brooks carried the rock 23 times for 144 yards and 3 more scores. Higgins finished with 63 yards and 1 touchdown. Jordan Jones, he had a day. 10 grabs for 157 yards and 1 touchdown. We said we had to get him the ball, and he delivered. On defense, we could not stop Willie Jones III on the ground. But Josh Carey finished with 13 tackles and a sack. Brian Smith had 9, and Big Anthony Mullins had 2 sacks on the day. Shout out to Jackson and Varner and Carey. They both had a sack apiece. So our Tigers are bowl eligible for the 2nd year in a row, and we hit the road for a tough matchup with Texas A&M. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to hit the links down in my description and follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram and the Facebook page at Big C Got Game. And we'll talk again in the Tigers Den podcast, and welcome the newest member of the class of 2019. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.